Well, thank you for watching this video. We appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Midtown Community Church and how Community Free Church and Liberty Church are coming together to see this new church planted in the city of Harrisburg. My name's Ben, and I currently serve as an associate pastor at Community Free Church in Harrisburg.
I'm Benjamin Vrbicek, and I'm the lead pastor here at Community Evangelical Free Church. I've been here almost 9 years.
My name is Greg, and I'm a church planting resident at Liberty Church in Camp Hill.
And my name is Matt Looloian. I serve as the lead pastor at Liberty Church in Camp Hill, and we've been around for a little over 10 years or so now.
Well, in addition to serving as a pastor at Community, I also, Ben, am going to be the lead planting pastor of Midtown Community Church. My wife, Whitley, and I moved to Midtown about 5 years ago, and in the time since we moved there, the Lord has really been convicting us of the need for another gospel-centered church to be planted in the neighborhood. Midtown's a neighborhood of about 8,000 people. It's the 17102 zip code. And so many of the people in that neighborhood are folks that grew up with some sort of religious affiliation, some sort of connection to Christianity. And so many folks have since abandoned their faith and have run towards different types of political, secular, and vaguely spiritual ideologies. And so we want to see a church planted in Midtown that intentionally tries to bring the gospel to these types of people and embodies the love of Christ for them.
Well, one thing that would probably be helpful is to talk about how our two churches got to know each other and are in this church planting business together. There's probably strategic answers we could give about why this or that, but maybe a metaphor that would be helpful for people is, when you have a husband and wife that's friends with another husband and wife, it's a rare thing when the husband gets along with the husband, the wife gets along with the wife, and they all get along together, and then maybe when there's kids involved, it's even more wonderful and complex when everybody gets along. And I think that way about Liberty, that we're in this sweet blessing of theological overlap. Matt and I, same education, we went to the same school, personalities, emphasis in ministry, the way we would outline a worship service. There's just so many similarities that over our 10 years together, being almost in the same city, just across the river, there's been a fun partnership in that way. And so, do you want to say a little more of how strategically maybe the partnership will work together?
Yeah, just to attest to what you were saying there, Benjamin, we just have a lot in common and have long loved the people and the leaders of Community Free. We all say in theory that we have a big picture mindset for the kingdom of God. We all want to, as pastors, have that perspective. I think a moment like this actually gets to take that theory, that idea, and make it reality, where we say, what if we actually did something together that would go far beyond what either of our churches could do by themselves? And so there are some great strengths that Community Free has, including a number of people already living in Midtown, a pastor already living in Midtown, but had not had the opportunity to plant a church since you were planted about 25 or so years ago. We've been involved in church planting. We were planted a little over 10 years ago, so we get to bring some of our experience in that and how we've sought to plant other churches in that as well. And so together in this joint venture, there's a couple elders from Community Free. There's a couple elders from Liberty. There's another member of our advisory team, as we're calling it, who lives in the Washington, D.C. area and who actually is the pastor of a church that is both evangelical free and part of the Acts 29 network, which actually lends itself perfectly to this new plant in Midtown, which will be part of both of those two things. So we've really seen God bring a lot of different pieces together at just this critical moment in a way that we're trying to respond to and recognize the work that He has gone before us to do.
As I mentioned just a little bit earlier, I am doing a church planting residency at Liberty Harrisburg with the hope of being trained up and then sent out as the other part of the pastoral team of Midtown Community Church. Just to give you a bird's eye view of some of the big events that you will start to see happening so that you can be praying for them as you see them. This October, we will be finally and formally meeting as a core team in Midtown. We have about 35 adults committed to this core team, and we're really excited to get this up and running. Then just a few months later, Ben is going to transition into a full-time church planting pastor. And a few months after that, that core team will begin meeting in small groups, living on mission in Midtown, and throughout the summer of 2023. Then in the fall of 2023, we will begin launching a few preview services so that people in the community and the core team can see what a church service at Midtown Community Church is going to look like. And finally, in the new year, 2024, we will have our first weekly worship service as a new congregation in Midtown Harrisburg. Ben, could you tell us just a little bit about how people could get involved?
Absolutely. We need people to partner with us in 3 ways to see this church planted in Midtown. First, we need people to partner with us in prayer. We really need people to join us in praying for God's Spirit to move, that more people would come to know Jesus as a result of this new church. The second thing we need your help with is giving. We need financial resources to see a new church started. And so if you are so inclined to give, we would love you to partner with us financially. The last way you can partner with us to see this church planted is to join our core team. We really need more people with a heart for this city and this mission to go forward. We would love to see you partner with us to see this church planted. So if you would like to join our core team and are interested in that, talk to myself or talk to Greg, and we would love to give you more information on what it might look like to have you jump in with us to see this church planted. Thank you for watching this video, and for the most up-to-date information on Midtown Community Church, you can visit our website, which is linked below.